It's 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, and you're about to sign off on wiring $400 million. You're 31 years old. The company you're buying employs 6,000 people. Most of them will never know your name. But for the next 5 years, every decision that shapes their lives will run through a spreadsheet you built. This is private equity, the quietest empire in finance. Hedge funds get the movies, investment bankers get the memes, but the people who actually end up owning everything, the hospitals, the software companies, the parking lots, the veterinary clinics, they work here. Tonight, you're going to live an entire career inside one of these firms. Every level, every paycheck, every trap. This is the ladder. Let's climb. You're 22. The email lands at 6:03 p.m. on a Thursday. Analyst offer, one of the handful of mega funds that now hire straight out of undergrad. Base salary, $125,000. Signing bonus, $15,000. Your parents tell everyone you work in investments. Here's what they don't tell you. Out of every 100 students who wanted this seat, one got it. And the seat is a grinder. Your day, you build models, not the fun kind, leveraged buyout models. You take a company, load it with debt the way you'd load a truck, and calculate whether the engine still runs. Purchase price, debt tranches, interest coverage, exit multiple, again and again. 60 models a year. You work 80 hours a week. Your friends from college with normal jobs stop texting around March. You never answered fast enough. But here's the thing you're learning that they aren't. You're seeing the actual anatomy of businesses. What a company really earns when the marketing stops. What a CEO actually does. By 24, you can look at a pizza chain's financials and tell you exactly which 4 levers decide whether it lives or dies. The gate to the next level? Survive 2 years. About half of you will. 25. You're an associate now. Either promoted or you did the classic route. 2 years of investment banking first, then recruited across in a process so secretive it has its own name, on cycle. Headhunters call bankers 6 months into their first job. Interviews happen in 24 frantic hours, and offers are for seats that start 2 years in the future. All in, you're now clearing $350,000 a year. You've also just discovered the associate secret. The models were the easy part. Now you run the deal machine. Diligent streams, legal, accounting, insurance, environmental, technology, all report through you. You coordinate lawyers who bill more per hour than your first car cost. You sit in management meetings where a CEO twice your age presents his life's work, and your job is to find the cracks in it. You live in hotels near industrial parks. You learn what a distribution center in Ohio smells like at 6 a.m. Glamour is for the recruiting brochure. And at night, a new pressure arrives, the 2 and out clock. Most firms won't promote you without an MBA or a proven deal record. This level is a tournament, and the tournament has a bracket. The gate, get a deal done, and get named on it. 28. This is where the ladder narrows to a blade's edge. Half your associate class is gone, to business school, to hedge funds, to I just want to see my family jobs at portfolio companies. The firm calls it natural attrition. It isn't natural. It's designed. If you stay, something changes in how the partners talk to you. You're no longer the kid who builds the model. You're starting to be the person who has a view. In investment committee, the weekly meeting where the firm's billions get allocated, a partner turns to you and asks, "Would you put your own money in this?" The first time it happens, you freeze. The second time, you have an answer. And the answer is yours. The numbers, the risks, the reason the seller is really selling. That's the real gate here. Not ours, not Excel, judgment. The moment the firm starts trusting your judgment, you stop being expensive labor and start being cheap partnership.
31. Vice President. This is the level from the cold open, the $400 million Tuesday night. Two things happen at VP that change your life. The first is visible. You now lead deals. You pick the targets, you set the price. You look a founder in the eye and tell him what his company is worth, and watch him decide whether to hate you or thank you. The second is invisible, and it's the entire reason this industry exists. You get your first slice of carried interest. Here's the machine in one breath. The firm raises a fund, say $5 billion. It charges investors 2% a year to manage it, and keeps 20% of all profits above a hurdle. That 20% is the carry pool. Partners divide the pool. A VP's first slice might be 0.25%. Sounds tiny. Now do the math. If that $5 billion fund doubles, which is the whole point, the carry pool is $1 billion. Your quarter point is $2.5 million, on top of salary, for one fund. And funds stack. The firm raises a new one every 3 or 4 years. The catch: carry vests over years and pays out when companies are sold. 5, 7, 10 years away. The firm has just handcuffed you with gold.
34. Principal. Officially, you're one step from partner. Unofficially, you're in the most dangerous seat in the firm. Here's why. Below you, VPs and associates do the work you've mastered. Above you, partners own the relationships you don't have yet. Your job now is the one thing nobody trained you for: finding deals nobody else has found. Proprietary sourcing. You spend your days courting founders who aren't selling. Bankers who might whisper to you first. Executives who'll tip you when their industry starts cracking. You're building a surface area of luck. And your personal P&L gets brutal honesty. Deals you led are now old enough to be judged. That software company you bought at 31, everyone knows whether it worked. In private equity, there is nowhere to hide. Every investment has your name on it. And the scoreboard takes 5 years to print. The dark cost surfaces here too. The industry's divorce rate. The kids' events watched through a phone screen in a deal room. You tell yourself it's temporary. You've been telling yourself that for 9 years. The gate to partner isn't a test. It's a question the existing partners ask each other when you leave the room. Does he make us money we wouldn't make without him? 38. Partner. 14 years. 3 funds. Roughly 40,000 hours. You made it. The money changes category. Salary stops mattering. It's the carry checks now. A partner with 2% across 2 overlapping funds can see 8 figures in a good year. You buy the house without a mortgage. Not because it's smart, because you can't be bothered with the paperwork. But the job becomes something nobody warned you about. You are no longer an investor. You are a politician with a calculator. Monday, investment committee, where you kill a deal a principal spent 8 months on and watch something die in his eyes. Tuesday, a portfolio company CEO calls, earnings missed, lenders circling. You decide whether he keeps his job. Wednesday, fundraising, pension funds in Sacramento, sovereign wealth in Singapore.
You, in a conference room, asking for money, because that's the partner's real job. The fund doesn't exist until you raise it. And the fear changes shape. Analysts fear partners. Partners fear one thing: the next fund. Return the money, or the machine stops. 20-year track records have ended in one bad vintage. The gate to the last level isn't promotion. Nobody promotes you. You have to jump.
44. You walk away from guaranteed millions, unvested carry left on the table, often tens of millions, to start your own firm. Why? Because at someone else's firm, you'll always own a slice. At your own, you own the pool. Reality check 1. For 18 months, you are a salesperson with no product. You pitch 300 institutions. 280 say no. You personally commit millions of your own money. Investors demand skin in the game. Reality check 2. Your name is the fund now. First deal goes bad, there is no brand to hide behind. But if it works, and this is the summit of the entire ladder, the economics stop being a salary and become a dynasty. A founder with half the carry pool of a series of funds isn't earning income anymore. He's compounding an institution. The founders of the mega funds, the ones whose names are on the towers now, every one of them stood in an empty office like this one once. And here's the quiet twist at the top. The founders who last all say a version of the same thing. The money stopped being the point somewhere around level 5. What's left is the game itself, and the terrifying, addictive weight of other people's futures riding on your judgment. So, the whole ladder, one last look. 22 years old at the bottom, a 125 grand and 80-hour weeks. Mid-40s at the top, owning the machine itself. But run the other ledger too. 20 years of missed dinners. Friendships on layaway. A marriage that survived, or didn't, on the promise of after this fund closes. The latter pays in dollars and charges in time, and it never, ever discounts. Would you climb it? Tell me in the comments which level you'd actually be satisfied stopping at. And be honest, because almost everyone says partner, and almost no one means it. Next week on the ladder, the world where 25-year-olds make $600,000 and burn out by 30. Your life at every level of a hedge fund. Subscribe. The climb continues.